Your future self is counting on you. Make choices to honor her. Welcome to your daily hit of grace and grit, your quick dose of inspiration to kickstart your day. This show is proudly sponsored by Rumble and Rise. To find out more about joining Rumble and Rise, head on over to graceandgrit.com/ready to rumble. I'm Courtney Townley, and here is today's hit. 10 years from now, you'll look back at this moment, and that version of you 10 years from now, will either thank you or wish you had started sooner. Your future self won't remember the excuses. She won't care that you were busy, overwhelmed, or afraid. What she'll know is whether you chose her, whether you honored her with the decisions that you made today and every day. Your future self isn't some abstract idea. She's real. She is waiting. And every choice you make right now is shaping the life that she will live. There's an exercise that's been thrown around a lot in the personal development space, which I actually really love. When you're feeling stuck or frustrated or confused, it is using either your 3-year-old self or let's say 10-year-old self, using your 10-year-old self or your 80-year-old self as a mentor. And I especially love the 80-year-old self because when you are 80, 90, 100 years old and you are limited because aging has a way of doing that. We're limited physically. We're usually not as active and as engaged with life as we were when we were younger. What do you want to look back and remember? That you played small? That you abandoned yourself? That you constantly hid from your own healing? That you didn't do hard things? No. You want to look back and say that was a great life. I did my best. I lived full out. I did the best with what I had, with what I knew. So the sleep that you prioritize tonight, your future self is going to feel that in her energy, her resilience, her ability to show up fully. The boundaries you set today, your future self will live in the peace that those boundaries create. The movement, the nourishment, the rest that you give yourself now, your future self is going to carry that in her bones. But here's what most people miss. Your future self isn't just shaped by what you do. She's shaped by who you decide to become. She's shaped by the self-narrative you have in your head, your self-belief. So tending to your future self really is about developing one particular skill, which is future self decision-making. Here's how it works. Before you make any decisions or any choices, you pause. You connect to her. You use her as a mentor. You ask yourself, will the woman I'm becoming 10 years from now thank me for this decision or be really disappointed in this decision? Not your tired self, not your overwhelmed self, your most powerful, aligned, thriving self. That's the future self I'm talking about. She's the one standing in front of the mirror at 65, 75, 85, strong and vibrant and grateful, so grateful that you didn't wait, that you didn't abandon yourself. She's the one who finally trusts herself so completely because you worked on building that trust, one decision at a time. She's the one living fully in her body, in her purpose, her peace, because you refused to forget her. You refused to put her on the back burner. This question quietly cuts through the noise, right, of everything that the world is telling you should do. It removes the immediate emotion, the convenience, the fear, and it anchors you in what actually matters. Will your future self thank you for staying up scrolling? Or for the rest that you chose instead? Will she thank you for saying yes out of guilt? Or for the boundary that you set with love? Will she thank you for putting herself or yourself last again? Or finally making yourself a priority? This is about direction. It's about looking at the trajectory of your choices and asking, is this taking me towards the woman I want to become or away from her? So in my book, The Consistency Code, I talk about the power vision. This is why I encourage my clients to come up with a power statement, which is constantly reminding them of the woman they want to fully step into, the direction they want to travel in. And it was really cool. Last night on a group coaching call, we were sharing a lot of our power statements for the year on this call. And a lot of people just made it super, super simple. They just chose a word. And that word, of course, there was a lot baked into that word for them. But remembering that word was enough to help them make a decision from power, not from fear. So your future self, I think it's important to remember, she is rooting for you. She is cheering you on. She is waiting for you to see what she already knows. That you're totally capable. You are so much more powerful than you give yourself credit for. You are worth this effort. That the life you want is built with those daily choices. So I hope you'll choose her, not someday, but today, right now, the next decision you make in your day, consider her. Because your future self, she's counting on you. And she's really hoping that you don't let her down. Because she knows that you deserve to put those best years, those happiest and healthiest years ahead of you and not behind you. If this stirred something inside of you, imagine what a whole book of clarity and courage could ignite. The Consistency Code, a midlife woman's guide to deep health and happiness, goes even deeper into the mindset and practices that create real, meaningful change at midlife. Grab your copy today over at theconsistencycode.com and keep the momentum alive.